Steve Robinson is chairman of the Claremore Museum of History. And boy, is there a lot of history in this part of the woods.
We do. For a town our size, it's really unbelievable the number of people that have, been raised here that have gone on to become not just regionally famous, but really famous worldwide.
I was talking with someone the other day who said, Claremore, Claremore, Claremore. Oh, yeah, that's Will Rogers. Well, no, wait a minute. And started naming names, and I went, what?
Yes.
Even I didn't know.
Yeah, we recently applied for a grant. One of our goals is to build what we call Legacy Park. And we currently have a statue of Andy Payne in our park.
No kidding.
We do, but our goal is to really grow that. And so we've been talking about who we'd put in this park, and really, you got to have a statue for Patty Page, and Lynn Riggs needs one, and we have an astronaut, Stuart Roosa, and then there's Will Rogers, and the list just goes on and on. I mean, J.M. Davis, grew up here, and then, we just have a plethora of people that you could really represent. Helen Walton, Sam Walton's wife, grew up here in Claremore. So there's any number of people that have been born here, raised here, and have gone on to really change the world.
And left their mark.
They did.
And
Yeah.
they probably turned right around and gave credit
Gave back.
to Claremore.
They did. Yeah.
I've got a couple of things here that you guys have planned, and I'm going to have to read them off because there's
Sure.
so many of them. Summer concert series begins May 3rd in Gazebo Park. Is that still on, or is the weather going to stop it?
It's on right now. I hope it doesn't rain tonight because our park is getting a little soggy, but that is on for tomorrow night with the Bison Band. And Dowell's Barbecue food truck will be there, and Cabin Boys Brewery is now in town, and they're going to be providing beverages. So
Guess I'll have to come to that.
great evening.
Tito Jackson, keynote speaker at this year's Juneteenth celebration, June 15th. Guest moderator, former Miss Oklahoma. Is it Danica Allen?
Danica Allen.
Danica Allen.
We're so pleased. I mean, people don't realize it, but Tito Jackson from the Jackson 5 is now a resident of the city of Claremore.
Is that right?
He loves to fish and loves horses, and he's graciously accepted our invitation to be our speaker at this year's Juneteenth event.
We need to get him on the show. Talk to him
You
a
should.
little bit.
You should.
Might be interesting there. History Weavers Gala. Is that what I think it is?
Well, every year our museum holds our annual fundraiser. The last 3 years we've been out of Hard Rock Casino because it's grown to be such a big event. It's the one time a year we ask our community for funds because our museum, unlike others, we don't receive any state funding. So we totally rely on the generous support of the citizens of Claremore. And so this year we will be recognizing the Pocahontas Club, and that's the title, the History Weavers, because those ladies have woven our history here in this area. This will be their 125th year of being in existence, one of the oldest female organizations in the state of Oklahoma.
Seems to me like the day's going to come. It may already be here when you guys are going to have to find larger digs.
That is the major part of our strategic plan, is to increase our physical footprint. And you mentioned lots of events. Because we're out of space, we've had to really learn a new way of presenting our museum. So we are trying to focus on new programs, activities, pop-up exhibits, because we literally don't have space. Until we can raise the funds to expand our footprint, what we do are these innovative programs that we draw all walks of life to either come to a concert or come to a Juneteenth event. And while they're there, they get to see our museum, and they walk in, they're like, wow, I didn't realize Claremore had all this history. Mm-hmm. And so we're trying to be creative with it, but yeah, for any of the listeners out there, if you'd love to participate in helping us bump out our west wall about 30 feet, we'll sure take a check.
Are you going to eventually go after state funds or federal funds?
Well, we've started, since COVID, we've really become much more active in our grant application process, and we've been successful with that. So when I say no state funding, we're not in the state budget for an annual operational support. But we have been really successful in applying for grants. We got a heritage grant to do a new Pocahontas exhibit in our museum this year. And we just recently, I was mentioning the statues, as part of the ARPA program, the Museum of History received approximately $54,000 from the Oklahoma Arts Council to start work on our statues.
I got to ask you a question, because you of all people would have the answer to this. Did Will Rogers ever stay at the Will Rogers Hotel?
That's a great question. I don't know that he did. A lot of presidents did. Famous
Really?
people. Oh yeah, we had presidents visit and stay in the Will Rogers Hotel. A lot of famous people have stayed there throughout the course of their lives, and I'm sure Will probably did too, but I don't know the answer.
My wife and I come up on occasion when I don't have to work, and we hit some of the shops, the antique shops. You guys have wonderful antique shops here,
We do.
man. I mean, you can go in there and hear, oh, I used to have one of those, or Mom had that, you know.
We really do. The whole downtown area has become what we call the Lilac District, after Green Grow the Lilacs, the play that Lynn Riggs wrote that became the movie Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So the Lilac District is really starting to thrive with lots of great businesses, lots of antique stores, lots of unique restaurants, and we're really trying to promote that district and what I would say is my side of the tracks, because if you just go across the tracks, then you hit our museum and the Belvedere. So we'd really like to promote that into really an arts, culture, history area for Claremore.
I got to share this with you. Claremore at Christmas is like going to, you know the movie It's a Wonderful Life
Oh,
with Jimmy
sure.
Stewart? It's like going to that town when Jimmy Stewart came back and Clarence said he earned his wings and Stewart came back and everything was happy and good again. But it looks like the town that they made that movie
does.
in.
Yeah, no surprise that we were the location for a recent Hallmark movie for downtown Claremore, because we do.
Yeah.
And I think that's a real asset that we could promote even further, especially if we get some vintage, Christmas decorations up. But it has that feel.
It
has that
it's
small-time
a
feel.
feeling you can't put your
Yeah.
finger on, but it's there. Hey,
Agreed.
thanks for coming by.
You're welcome. You're
And
welcome.
as you grow, call me.
I will do it.
We'd like to have you back again.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Talk to you again, my friend. We're all out of time. Thank you for being a part of it, and we'll see you back here next time.